seconds to think of the number and think of the endless possibilities that could represent. The number is 16. Again, I'll give you a few seconds to think about it. Okay, done. Now, at this point, if you know me well, then you would probably know that is my age. Or if you're in my grade, that would probably be your age too. The number 16 can represent a lot of different things. But in this context, 16 represents the amount of people, the 16% out of 100%, the global population consists of people with disability. My name is Yarra, and I'll be talking about why every child deserves education. Now, going back to what I was talking about, 16% out of 100% of the global population consists of people with disabilities, including children. Now, that not be a lot, which maybe it really isn't, because there's still 84% of the world, right? But if we think about it, if we specify it up, the World Health Organization states by 2023, that is 1.3 billion people in the world living with a disability. Now, what if we think of our country? Luckily, in Indonesia, only 1.1% of the population consists of children with disabilities, according to UNICEF Indonesia. While we only say it as only 1.1%, that only still consists of 3,001,180 children who are disabled. So is it really an only? Now, maybe some of you would also wonder why I changed from people to children. Well, that is because I want to talk about the children, which includes my brother. Now, if you look at the pictures, before you call him cute, I think you should know that I can be annoying, and he can also be annoying. So think about that first. Now, if we're not going to talk about his attitude and personality, we're going to talk about his life. I recently realized by myself that he's moved schools about 3 times, and every time he moves, he goes down a grade. That can happen to the remaining 3,001,790 children. But why does that matter? Isn't it all the same? Well, Indonesia consists of 300,000 schools and 3 million teachers. One of those schools and a few of those teachers are the amazing facilities of SVP. But yet, 3 in 10 of those disabled children that I just talked about are not able to go to school because of their disabilities. To specify it a bit more, that means 900,354 children are not able to go to school just because they are special needs children. That is almost 1 million children. Now again, this may not seem like a lot, but those children represent a lot of things. According to my research, children that are special needs tend to be a bit smarter at math than others, maybe than some adults. In case of my brother, he's incredible at art. So he can be, like an animator. It's amazing how his capabilities are, but yet he's not able to show it because of the label of special needs. But before we get into that, we have to understand why they're not able to go to school. Well, according to society, it's because they're not good enough. It's because they don't cope with the normal system well. But the real question here is, what is normal? According to Google, normal conforms to standard, usual, typical, and expected. What I underline from this is standard and expected. Because what do we expect from children nowadays? What I expect them to do is be able to socialize with other children, to live their immature lives while they still can. But what do we expect them to do? get straight A's in school every year, that would be a parent's dream. But can the children achieve the parents' dream? And do the children have to achieve their own dreams or the parents? But going back to what I was talking about, society views special needs children as not good enough for normal children. But another good question here is not what is normal, but what is special? Because what is the special in special needs? In the English dictionary, special means better, greater, or even above average. But how come society has made it feel like special needs children are not good enough for normal children? So, what is the average here? Normal children? Or what we would call the good children? Or what? Because I think special needs does not only consist of special, it consists of needs, which means those children need better and they need greater. But what have we done? Almost 1 million children are out of schools. Have we done enough? Why I'm saying this is not just to stand up for my brother, but it's to stand up for our future. Because I think that growing up, I thought education was boring, and honestly, until now, I still find it a bit boring. But I recently learned, and when I say recently, I mean literally yesterday in economics class, that education can be the key to solving one of the world's greatest problems, and that is poverty. Why am I sidetracking to poverty? Well, that's because with the right education, we can build futures. We can build a better world where there's no poverty, where there's so much less poverty than there is right now. But we are not letting special needs children stand up and build their own future. So are we trying to reduce poverty or just take it away from the right hands? Now, after sidetracking, we're going to go back again to what is normal. Because I don't think normal is to be able to go to school and please your teachers all day, every day, and become a teacher's pet. It's to be able to become a child and grow from what you learn. You are supposed to fail so that you can learn from it. So why don't we start doing that? If I'm being honest, I think we have failed in putting amazing children who have amazing capabilities out of school. So why don't we learn from that failure and create a new future? If by this time you are not with me, then I'm sorry. But if you are, then good for you. Maybe if you are, then you'd be asking, how can we do that? 1 million children is a lot, and I know. I can think the audience right now is too much for me. So what about 1 million children? Well, we are on our phones every day, right? So if we're on our phones every day, or if you're my mom, you're on your phone right now to record me, you can use what's on your phone, known as social media, to stand up. We use Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook every day, yet we don't realize there's so much capability with social media. Giving support to children, yet also encouraging them to take a big step through social media, such as promoting organizations, it goes a long way. Or if you want to go bigger, which is great, there's so many things you can do, such as joining organizations. Back in 2020, there was Run with Autism, which is a charitable marathon where people raise money through a marathon to build a school for autistic children. There's also YAPSD, Yayasan Peduli Down Syndrome Indonesia. They're an organization that specializes with building a school through online classes for Down syndrome. And one of the biggest organizations yet is OHANA, Organisasi Harapan Nusantara. They gather not only children, but adults who are disabled. They support them. They give them opportunities and communities to socialize with. And more importantly, those who miss out on education are taught here. But when I ask around, even to my parents sometimes, they don't know about organizations like this. That's because no one tries to care. But why not? We can change the world. But can we though? Are we supposed to change the world? Or are we supposed to let them build a brighter future for us? So, if we're supposed to shape society, we cannot let society shape us. Coming to the end of this talk, I did not end world hunger. I didn't put every one of those almost 1 million children in schools, and I didn't put every single school to have a special needs program. I didn't change climate change. I didn't fix anything. I just spread my message. So yes, if you're disappointed by what I just said, I'm sorry. I didn't change the world. And if you join me, we cannot change the world. But as a teenager who is standing up here right now in front of a lot of you, I was able to do this because I received the proper education from this amazing school and from my amazing parents. If we let special needs children get the same opportunity, who knows what they could do? There's so much more they could do than we know of. So I'm sorry that I couldn't change the world, and that if you join me, we won't change the world. But you know what? We can change their world. Thank you so much.